Good morning, beautiful. I got a channel message. Sometimes Spirit puts us in a position of need so that we will become resourceful within ourselves and expand our hearts to be able to receive generosity from others, as well as ask for what we truly need. This can be very hard for those of us who've been taking care of ourselves our entire lives and have felt like we weren't able to rely on others for anything. Please know that you are not being punished if you do not have everything you need. It is an opportunity for you to expand and grow in new areas, and you are very, very capable of doing just that. So, beautiful babies, this is for everyone, but this is specifically for people who have struggled their entire lives. Maybe you grew up in poverty, maybe you were homeless as a teenager, or you just had a lot of adversity to overcome as a young person, and it's kind of carried out into the rest of your life. This could also play out as somebody who was raised with means, but who later came into a lot of hardships and kind of adopted the energy. Sorry, my cat going to town on this scratcher. All right, buddy. I think we got it. He's really going to town. And and they have kind of adopted an outlook of a person who was born that way, but they weren't necessarily born that way. So you don't necessarily have to have been born into poverty to relate to this message. This is also for anyone, means or not, who feels like they've had to do everything alone. All right, so you might have had money or whatever, but you never felt like you had help. You never felt like people were on your level. Like you've always just been working hard, maybe harder than everyone around you, or at the very least, you felt like you had to be the strongest person in a room. Thank you, Spirit. That's a great way to put it. And I can definitely relate to all of that. Born in poverty, homeless as a teenager, I've had to do everything alone. I've been the strongest person in a room, all that stuff. I totally get it. Spirit has been pushing on us, okay, to expand out of this mindset because it's so incredibly limiting when you think about it. When you really think that no one else can assist you, that you're not going to be able to receive help from anyone, you can't really grow or expand. And that's why I'm being challenged right now, financially. It's just an opportunity to grow. And it's also an opportunity for me to feel soft in a situation where otherwise I might feel hard. Okay, so again, those of you who didn't watch my channel message from a couple of days ago about the dance with the universe, it's actually really important for this collective of what we're talking about right now, because it's all about surrender. And it's about, when you're in a couples dance and you have to rely on subtleties from your partner to be able to tell which way they want to go, because if you're dancing, go watch it. But basically, it's for people that have a trouble surrendering control. Okay, so whether you're a type A, you tend to be just like really controlling in your environment all the time, or whether it's just out of your need to be safe, it's really important for us to learn how to flow right now. Okay, so you're catching me flowing. 3 days before rent is due, I don't have the rent. I don't have it. And I'm not stressing. I catch myself trying to go back there and stress and pick it up with the brain and like, I need to fix this and my ego needs to control this and we're not going to be okay. Spirit is not doing this right. I need to pull the reins back and go a different way. And I keep trying to redirect. You are safe. You are safe. You are safe. Okay? Redirect. It's hard. It takes a lot of practice. A lot of practice, a lot of mindfulness, a lot of self-awareness, and a lot of time and dedication. It's a cool kind of curl. By the way, my hair just does what it does naturally. I just put it up at night and then I take it down and it's like a whole new story every day, pretty much. A lot of you guys comment on my hair. That's the reason why I'm saying that. I don't curl it or anything. But yeah, and also that's reminding me to tell you to like remind us all that we have abundance in so many different areas. It might sound silly to talk about hair as an abundance, but it is. When you have hair like this, it's an abundance. I have abundance. I have abundance of spirit. I have abundance of energy. Actually, I do after a period of not having any, which is wonderful. So give gratitude for the things that you have. I have abundance of talent and power and strength. Okay, it's taken me a long fucking time to even acknowledge that myself, let alone admit that out loud. It's okay to recognize the abundance you have. In fact, Spirit is relying on it because we have to be grateful. We're not going to get any of the things that we're asking for if we're sitting around going, meh, just like throwing a tantrum and being a baby. It's kind of like, okay, if you, I'm the kind of person that gives homeless people money and stuff, and like I'm guessing that most people in my collective are as well. But regardless, if you were feeling inclined to give somebody something generously from your heart, and they started giving you attitude and being kind of just toxic and gross, you would be less inclined to give to them. You might think twice, like, do I really want to give my money to this person who isn't grateful? They're not in a place of gratitude. And I'm not saying every homeless person needs to be grateful for, well, they do for every bit of money that people give them. It sucks that they're homeless in the first place. And as a person who's been there, I have some empathy, a lot of it actually. I don't know why I said some, but the point is that we can't go around throwing tantrums and pity parties for ourselves when things don't always go our way. Yeah, because Spirit is working through you, okay? Spirit's working through you. And even if you are a person who doesn't have a home right now, Spirit's working through you. I want to read this part of the message again, being guided to. Hang with me here. Sometimes Spirit puts us in a position of need so that we will become resourceful within ourselves and expand our hearts to be able to receive generosity from others, as well as ask for what we truly need. Okay? Sometimes, and I don't want you guys to think I get on here to like talk about money problems just for the fun of it. I get on here to talk about it. It's not fun for me. It's actually the worst thing. It highlights a weakness within me. My ego hates it. Okay? My ego fucking hates it. If it were up to my ego, I wouldn't be doing any of this shit. But I'm not driven by my ego, okay? My ego doesn't call the shots anymore. It's gonna be there, yapping. That's what it's gonna do until the day we die, unfortunately. But the reason why I get on here and talk about it is because we're supposed to overcome this. It's an opportunity to expand and grow. I'm not only supposed to do this for myself, I'm supposed to guide you through it as well, which is really uncomfortable for me. Like I said, I'd much rather be, just playing it off like I've got everything under control. Like and Spirit says you do. You do. I don't have it under control. My ego's not in control, but everything is under control by something higher. Okay, and sometimes we need to be put in positions of need because we need to get resourceful and ask for help. We need to learn how to receive. And when I started this journey, when I quit my job, my business, a little over a year ago, I was not able to receive. I didn't know how to receive. I didn't know anything about my beauty, power, any of that. Like it's taken this year of me trying to, tread water with Spirit, like trying to learn how to do this. And for those of you that don't relate to this message and you're judging some of the things I'm saying, it's just because you have no idea what it's like. But I know those of you that know what I mean when I say it like this, you're just trying to survive. Woo! The worst thing you can do to someone who feels like they're trying to survive on their own is tell them that they need to ask for help and that they need to put themselves in a position of vulnerability in order to ask for that help. And then they need to put themselves in a vulnerability in order to receive that help. It's not easy for people like us. It's not easy at all. My ego has struggled every step of the way. And only in the last few weeks have I started to feel like, oh my gosh, I am worthy. I'm worthy. Okay, it takes a lot of work to get here. And I don't have it all figured out. I still don't have the money to pay my rent. But the thing is, I know Spirit's holding me in limbo so that I can continue to redirect. It's all about rewiring our neural pathways. That's how real change happens, okay? You can't just take a trauma workshop and be done with it. You can't just work with somebody a few times and be done with it. It's a lifelong journey of coming back to self, of redirecting back to God, okay? Higher self. When I say self, I mean higher self, not ego self. So just know that you're being put in these positions because you need to learn from them. It's not a punishment, okay? And for me, I really feel like it's important for me to teach the collective. Spirit wants me to teach you guys in real time. It's really uncomfortable. I hope you can appreciate the way that I put myself out there for you, because it's not easy. I honestly feel like I could cry a little bit. It's not even because I'm in a bad place. It's just because it's exhausting. Always being an example for everyone. And I think I am exhausted from pushing so hard every day to overcome everything that I'm supposed to overcome in this life and teaching everyone I'm supposed to teach. It's a lot. Okay, so if you've ever appreciated anything I do, please just contribute to this, okay? Conversation, whether it's just a comment, like, share, subscribe, be a part of this, okay? This is a co-creation, by the way. I've been talking about that more and more. Spirit wants me to start talking about that. You are co-creating these channel messages. This one came through this morning before I'd even gotten out of bed. That doesn't happen very often. So you help me co-create that message, all right? Be a part of this. Whether you want to work with me, donate, comment, share, tell your friends, just like be a part of this. Because I can't do this without you, all right? I did it without people for a long time, and it's a miracle I continued to show up for 3 years before anybody started paying any attention. So also that's a message for you to keep going. Don't expect results overnight, okay? You have to push hard. This is hard work. Anybody who's done trauma healing, anybody who's dealt with just the ego death, one on top of the other for some of us, knows that this is fucking brutal work at times. It's exhausting. It drains you, and most of the people around you aren't going to get you. They're not going to relate to you. You're going to kind of feel like you're in a room alone with God, and sometimes you're not going to feel like you have what you need, and so you're kind of like looking around at everyone else, thinking, "I need them to help me." What you need to do is look at God, okay? And I don't believe in God up in the sky, but I do point at the sky because higher, something higher. 11:11. Thank you, Spirit. 11:11. Union, you know what I mean? Union with self, union with higher self, union with twin flame if you're on a twin flame journey. But just remember that twin flame journeys start here. Anything you do here might bring you into union with them out here, but it's not about going out here first. It's about coming in to do the healing. So if you're doing this healing work, just know you're not alone. Oh, thank you, spirits, for reminding me. I am actually doing, I've been guided away from a lot of this work, but I feel like there are a few important people that I'm supposed to work with before I stop doing this work. And I've set up a scholarship for those of you that are interested in working with me, but you can't afford, the prices that I've set them at. So I'm doing a 35% off scholarship just for those that are qualified, that are soul aligned with me. So it's not just going to be open to anyone. You can feel free to reach out if you think you will benefit from my work, and you've been wanting to work with me, but you don't have the money. But I'm going to base it off of not just that information, but also like whether it feels soul aligned at this time, because there's some important people that I'm supposed to work with, and I'm excited, okay? While I do this work, I do really enjoy it, and it's a great way for us to connect in person and for you to have some support and for us to make new connections and expand our horizons. So 35% off for mentorship packages. I'll even offer that on a one-off coaching session, but only for real people that are, just gold. The people that got the golden ticket when they were born, all right? I know you know who you are. Some of you might be in denial about it, but I know you know who you are, and those are the people I'm being called to work with right now. So if you resonate as a chosen one, someone that came here to do this work, that basically signed up for this and pushed through a lot of illusions to get your soul to rise to the surface and kind of take over, that's you're a chosen one. Chosen one doesn't mean that you're special. Well, you are. It doesn't mean you're better than anyone. It just means that you chose to do this work, not only before you got here, but also when you got here. Because a lot of people that were chosen have decided not to. They're like, fuck that shit. I'm going to go over here. Some of you guys are trying to do that right now. And that's why I'm on here all the time doing this work, to try to get you guys on your path, because you signed up for this and you're special for a reason. And the reason why you've been shit on your whole life is because you were supposed to pull a bunch of resources out. And, that's why I was. You're not a victim. I say it all the time. I'll never stop saying it. Okay? And the people that take offense to that and think I'm gaslighting them, well, they're just stuck in their ego. That's fine. You can just stay there. Or whatever. Get out of there, hopefully. But don't project on me because I'm saying the truth. And the truth is, spiritually, you're not a victim at all because you fucking signed up for this. All right? Love you, though. Okay, let's pull one card. For anyone interested, I also have a tarot-only channel, Sacred Flame Tarot, on TikTok and YouTube. Hoping to grow it. It'd be great to get that moving and shaking like this one. And again, if you haven't contributed to this channel by commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing, donating, or working with me, please do. It's co-creation. Speaking of co-creation, the Three of fucking Pentacles. Boom, mic drop. All right, don't get scammed. There are people pretending to be me on TikTok, taking donations and bookings. Don't get scammed, okay? My website is sacredmuseproject.com. Just book through there so that you're not tempted to go through some creepy weirdo who's gonna take your money and run with it, okay? Keep going. I love you. Mwah.